ago in the kingdom of Arendelle, the eternal winter trapped the people inside their homes. The summer they'd known only in storybooks became a fading memory. Then came the day Queen Anna and her sister, the Snow Queen Elsa, discovered an enormous glowing crystal deep within the North Mountain. It was beautiful, pulsing with magical light, and when Elsa touched it, she felt all the warmth that had been missing from her life for so long. She tugged the crystal back to the kingdom, and at the stroke of midnight, she placed it on the palace balcony. As the first rays of dawn touched its icy surface, the crystal exploded with light, shattering into 1,000 pieces. Startled, Elsa cried out, but then gasped as the shards of crystal floated up, tracing lines of light across the frozen landscape until they disappeared above the clouds. Then just as suddenly, the sky grew dark and the temperature dropped. Fearing she'd caused more harm than good, Elsa retreated to her ice palace, leaving Anna to fix the damage. Of course, she couldn't do that without her powers, which were mysteriously gone. Frozen in fear, Anna stumbled outside. Her breath hitched in her throat. The townspeople gasped as cracks spread through the ice covering the river. Water surged up, flooding the streets and washing away the snow. But then just as suddenly, everything froze. Anna looked around in disbelief. Where had everyone gone? Had the townspeople abandoned her? Fearful, she ran to the palace, slipping and sliding on the ice. Maybe she could warm things up a bit, make some tea, invite the people back and sort this mess out properly. But when she stepped inside, she found no one. The palace was empty. Anna sighed. So much for fixing things. She trudged back to her room, sank onto her bed, pulled the covers over her head and waited for Elsa to come save the day. Hours passed. The sun climbed higher in the sky, steadily melting more snow. By nightfall, Arendelle was a slushy, soggy mess, and still there was no sign of Elsa. Anna knew what she had to do. She might not have her powers, but she still had her wits and a very important secret. Though no one knew it, not even Elsa, Anna had spent years secretly studying magic. And now she needed all the skills she'd learned to save her kingdom and perhaps help her sister rediscover her powers. She started with a simple levitation spell, lifting a nearby chair, then making it float outside. Anna flew after it, soaring over the rooftops, higher and higher until she reached Elsa's ice palace. The sight that greeted her made her heart sink. The once magnificent palace was surrounded by a thick layer of fog. Mist poured out of the broken windows, weaving across the landscape and seeping into the river. As Anna flew closer, she saw that the mist was freezing on contact, turning the river into a wall of ice. It was heading toward the kingdom, threatening to trap the entire North Mountain in eternal winter. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the palace. It was Elsa, her face pale, her eyes filled with fear. When she saw Anna, she cried out and tried to hide, but it was too late. Anna landed beside her, and the two sisters embraced. Anna explained about the townspeople, about how she'd had to leave, about how she wasn't sure if she'd ever get her powers back. Elsa listened, her body trembling. Finally, she pulled away, looked Anna in the eyes and whispered, "I think I know how to fix this." With a deep breath, she stepped forward and raised her hands. Ice and snow swirled around her, coalescing into a giant castle, one that looked oddly familiar. Then with a wave of her hand, the walls crumbled, revealing a vast, smooth sheet of ice. "This will protect the mountain," Elsa said, her voice regaining its strength. "And maybe, just maybe, it'll bring back my powers," Anna smiled, relief flooding through her. Maybe this wouldn't be so bad after all. Together, the sisters flew toward Arendelle, determined to fix the damage and bring back the sun. But they'd melted more snow than they'd bargained for. As they neared the kingdom, a torrent of water rushed out, nearly knocking them off their chairs. But they managed to steer clear and landed in the town square just in time to see the last of the snow slide off the roof of the palace. The townspeople emerged from their homes, blinking in the bright sunshine. A collective gasp rippled through the crowd. They stared at Anna and Elsa, then at each other, and finally broke into cheers. They'd made it. Together, the sisters surveyed the damage, working out a plan to redirect the river and restore the town. As they set to work, Elsa noticed Anna's hands were shaking. "Are you cold?" she asked. Anna nodded. Elsa understood. To control the water, Anna would need to use her fire magic. But fire and ice were opposites. To keep from freezing, Anna would have to stay warm. And the best way to do that was with sunlight. So Elsa did the unthinkable. She waved her hand, creating a small patch of fog, then another and another until she'd formed a dense blanket of ice over the river. Turning to Anna, she offered a sheepish smile. "Sorry about the impromptu ice rink, but I think we're gonna need it." Anna laughed and skated away, racing down the river, the sunlight warming her face and filling her with magical energy.